Valentine's Day, I still have a little bit of time. It's 2 days away. Whew. And unfortunately, this doesn't sound romantic, but it's the truth. Divorce rates rising faster than ever before. So what can we do to keep our marriage and relationships exciting, alive, and strong long term?
Well, according to Spirit Coach Pamela McQuaid, it's all possible. She's joining us with the steps we need to follow in order to have happy and long-lasting relationships.
Does
this also help co-host relationships?
Yeah, this is perfect.
Okay, good.
I'm supposed to look at him adoringly.
Well, at least that's what I told her. So how is it possible to keep a marriage alive and exciting?
Yeah, well, I'd written an article about steps to have a spiritually sexy marriage, and really there are 4 easy things you can do. It's not that hard.
Ah, okay. You've got 4 tips for us.
4 tips.
Right?
Yes, the first tip, speaking a language of love. And, you know, so often in relationships, people get into disagreements and they tend to verbal spar, and really that's not very healthy. So you always have to remember that your thoughts and words create your reality.
Okay.
So you have to step back, take a moment, and really focus on loving communication.
So give us an example of the language of love.
Okay, a language of love. So you come home, everyone works, you've got kids, lots going on. Rather than, well, hi, how was your day? Just stop a moment, give a hug, and say, gosh, honey, how was your day? Really missed you and loved you.
So a definite, oh, I like that. I'm gonna try that actually today. One of the other things you say is emotional streamlining.
Yeah, I love this.
That?
Yeah, emotional streamlining. So really this is about fear-based emotions, and we all have this. So you want to think about marriage in this regard. People get married and they think, you know, this Tom Cruise movie, which I love Tom Cruise, but you complete me. No, that's not the way it works. Spiritually speaking, you really have to be whole, and you really have to go into a marriage and cleanse out all of your past pains. So people get into relationships and they haven't healed what's happened in the past, so you start mirroring that in your current relationships, and you don't want to do that. So sometimes when you're married and you're uncovering things that have come up in the past over and over, you have to step back and really say, what is it about this situation that is causing me pain that it keeps coming up in my life?
Okay.
If you don't heal those things, you can't move forward positively as a couple.
Now I see the third one is simplify your life.
Simplify your life, yes. So in today's world, things are so hectic and crazy, and people have just forgotten to just be in touch. We are inundating ourselves with TV, computers. You know, I use the example of corporate America. You go, you have 200 emails you're working on that day, you go home that night, you have your BlackBerry, you have your home computer, which is a separate deal. Then you've got television, you've got radio, you've got all of these things going on. When are you spending time together? You have to simplify, turn the TV off. Have a walk together. Take 5 minutes, do something together, and just let it go.
Guy and I walk down the hall together.
We do, and I don't mean to call you out, but Facebooking Brian from a separate room to each other back
Doesn't
and forth.
count.
No, that is not a relationship.
Well, sometimes we get so busy we leave little Post-it notes. Is it the thought that counts? Hopefully,
it is. You know, I love that idea. You know, little notes to each other.
Okay.
I mean, that's something
to show that you're thinking of it.
That's right. It's taking time. People don't take the time to do this stuff, and they're too busy. It's the media is causing your mind just to sort of keep static instead of really clearing out and just being at peace and doing nice things and thinking of nice things, being creative.
Guy likes this next one.
I do. Giving is receiving.
Giving is receiving. This seems, and this is really a simple concept, but really what you harbor inside in your heart is what you're giving back. So in a relationship-based society, if you are in your heart thinking, in my relationships, I would like to have peace. If you're not internally peaceful, you can't give peace.
Okay.
If you don't feel love inside of yourself, you can't give love. And so it gets back to what I talked about in emotional streamlining. You have to clear out all of the things that you fear so that you can incorporate, clean that out. It's sort of like taking a super vac, releasing out all that doesn't suit you anymore, and coming into a place of a lot of light so that you can actually give from a place of great intentions.
Because, you know, in this day and age, people don't have a lot of extra money. So it's not what you spend or what you do. It's just doing it from the heart in a way that lets someone know that they're special.
That's right. Absolutely.
And maybe stepping back and thinking about it a little bit.
That's right. Just taking time, simplifying your life. And I say that because I see that so often with clients that I help. It's really all about the clatter and the static that's going on that you don't have time to really stop and say, gosh, am I living a life that I really want to live here?
Or too busy. Thank you so much. Some good things to think about, Pam. We appreciate.
All right, watch this. Before we move on, Melissa, with the rest of the show, I'd just really like to say how much I appreciate you as my co-host and how thrilled I am you're here with me.
Wow, that's very nice. Thank you.
How was that?
That is wonderful. Good job.
Oh, yes.
2 points for Guy. Okay.
I got kudos from the Spirit Coach. Yes.
Thanks. Way to go.
Okay. All right, and